Hi everyone, my name is Jose Alejandro, and today we're gonna present uh, how Starbucks, the most famous company of coffee shop in the world, has expanded in international marketing with a sample. But let's start with the first thing: overview about the company. What is Starbucks? Starbucks is a famous coffee shop. With one different point that I'm gonna show you of the restaurant. If we check it out, Starbucks not only buy coffee, buy sandwiches, donuts, and other things that it's too important for the company by this time because you will see not only this kind of food. So if we check it out right here, Starbucks has product with US banks. So see here all these products. So check this. Starbucks, for example, this has a relaxing, very beautiful scenery, and if you check it out, all the people are relaxing, working here, especially with free Wi-Fi. So this is calling for the company of Starbucks the third place. Okay, the third place was an idea of one of the founder of Starbucks, who this definition is a comfortable place that is not your home and is not your work, and you can relax, and especially you can work here or study here. This was put it because Starbucks noticed that the people wasn't boring study and working in the same places, so they're trying to find a new place. And what place is so important, like a coffee shop? I mean, all the people buy coffee, so Starbucks founded that and they're trying to put them in his restaurants. For that, Starbucks was very successful in the international marketing and finding a special place in the coffee shop restaurants. If we make a small presentation overview, we can see that the international plan, the basic idea is Starbucks in India, clear visual and well-structured presentation, and make a design easy presentation. And why this topic was chosen? First, the India has a fast-growing emerging market, has a rising middle class and young population, growing interest in coffee and coffee culture, and finally, he has a strong relevancy to international market concepts.
So if we see, this is a great example. They have a map of the India, and I showed you all the sectors to have this country. And look, it's literally so big. They show you the same the culture, but principle they show you the number who have every part of India comparative with one country. Yeah, so this is the thing that I explained to you is so big. So this is like a big tip, a big important thing that have Starbucks. And continue with the presentation. We have the pastel analysis. I'm gonna see the most important factors. The first is the political. India have a established democratic government with a complex bureaucracy and rules. There are different compared with Occident. So the principal implication for Stamborgs are assessed via a strong local joint venture partner is crucial. Other thing is the basic economic thing. In this moment, India has a big, rapid economic growing, rapid middle class with increasing the factories that are going to start to produce here and all these things. It's starting to have a big economic. And then we have the implication of Starbucks that adaptation on a basic menu like tea because it's something of the culture. This is something I want to check out of the vegetable food. Continue the thing I tell you, the social culture. The tea is the principal drink, not the coffee that other countries. But Today, is more the young people are now taking more coffee because these people are more different. The young people are changing for occidental like it. So for that, Starbucks start to to notice this, and they gonna bring the most basic menu of Starbucks. Then we have the application for Starbucks, premium images appeal to social status and other things. Yeah, this thing that I tell you, you have to take into account the culture, but we know that in some countries, and this is the same strategy, Starbucks is gonna implement the premium brand. Other point is the technology adaptation to the menu is something important to use that kind of technology, and with this kind of vegetarian food and tea gonna be implemented. Implication for the Starbucks first, they have to adapt it to this technology and pretty new technology. You want to be premium because there is a lot of coffees shops in India visited by people with a lot of money that is technically the same. So you have to improve with your own ideas. Yeah, you know that it's a famous brand, but you have to adapt it to these people. And the legal labeling laws and the food safety conservation compared to the West. The food are too different and have different rules in this part of the world. And for that, the application for the Starbucks is advertising standards compared to the West.
Important thing is that Starbucks has to take into account that have a lot of competitors in India, like their high coffee. I find a restaurant of La India. For that, I consider that Starbucks has to buy coffee or made in the same India for the security. So, in conclusion, this is the final thing. India is a strong strategic market, so for the Starbucks, it's perfect. The presentation that has to be a Starbucks is important and necessary to be adapted totally, because Starbucks is a different culture. It's not Paris, it's not Marseille. They change a lot of things, the vegetarian food or the tea that is the principal drink. So this is so important thing that we have to take into account. And uh, one other important thing, the final important thing, is the visual design and adaptive support learning and engagement. It's important to learn and have a balance of how to curate the adaptation to the change of totally of the brand. So a facility that have the Starbucks is that, well, Starbucks is very famous around the world, so they don't have these a lot of changes, but you have to survive. You have to take into account some points of the culture of a region that you want to participate. That's all. Thank you very much.